If somebody believes they can do better than you, let them try. A lot of us, when we face rejection and somebody leaves us for someone else, or they just don't think that we're good enough for them, we take it incredibly personally and we start to beat ourselves up and think that we aren't good enough as we are. And in some cases, that can be true. For instance, if you haven't put in enough work on yourself, then they probably could find somebody better than you. So first and foremost, you need to put work into yourself and strive to become a better person. But if you already have been doing that for a while, then you have to realize people like you are rare. People who actually improve themselves, who strive to make themselves better, they're rare. Think about the average person. Do they care at all really about becoming better, about growing as a person? Not usually, right? They truly don't. It's a pretty rare quality. So if this is something that you actually practice in your life, then when somebody leaves you because they believe they can do better than you, let them try, because they're probably going to fail in that endeavor. It's just so rare to find people who actually work on growing themselves, who work on their personal development, that sort of thing. It's very rare. I don't think people realize how rare it is. And I'm not trying to make it seem like a big deal if you do this per se. I'm not trying to give you an inflated ego. That's not my goal here. But it truly is rare. So when somebody rejects you, don't take it personally, because it's on them that they can't recognize your worth. If they aren't able to see the amount of work you put into yourself to become a better person and how that could greatly benefit them in a relationship, because it likely means that you'll strive to make the relationship as great as possible, then that's on them. Let them miss out on that. Don't try to convince them to stay. Don't try to prove your worth to them. That's their loss. It sucks for them. in many of these cases, actually, I've almost come to realize that rejection is like somebody doing us a favor, because it's them showing that they aren't ready to handle you as you are. They're not ready to enter into a relationship with you. They're not ready to value what you bring to the table. And if that's the case, then why would you even want them to stay around? If there's somebody who you feel like you have to prove yourself to them, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to keep them around? Focus on finding people who can meet you where you already are. People who will already be able to recognize your worth. You shouldn't ever feel like you have to prove yourself to anyone in that regard. That's just ludicrous. So I guess my point here with this video is, if somebody believes they can do better than you, let them try. Do not chase them. Do not try to get them back. None of that. Choose yourself and keep moving forward, and find people who are better for you. People who you won't have to prove yourself to. People that will recognize what you bring to the table when they, well, I don't want to say when they first meet you, but within the first few dates that they have with you. Because usually by then, somebody's worth is pretty apparent. And if they can't recognize it then they have more work they need to do on themselves, so they can start recognizing when they meet someone who is higher quality. So that doesn't fall on you. That's not your fault. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video as kind of a motivational video, or like me giving you a pep talk, because I know that rejection can suck, but there's just so many times where we don't realize that we can be the prize in situations. And that's not even being self-centered or any of that crap. If you work on yourself, you probably are going to be the prize, unless they also work on themselves, and then you're both simultaneously the prize. And if you somehow, either of you reject each other, then you're both missing out. But most of the time, there's going to be someone who is probably doing a bit more work on themselves. And if it happens to be you, then don't really think of it as a loss. Even if it sucks, I mean, yeah, it can hurt, and we can feel like we're missing out on someone. But usually we rate people higher than they actually are because of lust and the attraction we feel for them, and all of that bundled into one. But that's a topic for another video. I don't want to make this one get too long. So I hope this video helped you. If you enjoyed it, please like and share your thoughts, leave a comment, because that helps the algorithm, and hopefully my content can help more people if it reaches more eyes, because right now it's kind of not, but that's all right. I don't do any marketing of my own, and that's on me, but I don't really have the time to do it now. So that's the easiest way you can support me, is just providing interaction that will help the social media algorithms. We are basically, our fates are decided by robots now, and those robots are algorithms. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci.